This PowerPoint presentation slideshow is on mean cell residence time, MCRT equation, sometimes also called solid retention time or SRT. As always, I claim no ownership to any of the questions or material presented in this video, as everything I found is sourced off the open internet. In the following slides, I have, to the best of my knowledge and ability, presented the proper formulas and the correct answers to the questions in the following slides. This is just study guide, wastewater treatment math. If it helps you out, that's great. Here we have the mean cell residence time in days formula as presented on the State of Florida formula sheet that they provide you when you take an exam. As always, if your state provides you with a formula sheet for taking exams, I suggest you get familiar with it so when it comes to test day, you know where to find all your formulas. So to solve for mean cell residence time in days, the formula is solids inventory in pounds divided by effluent solids pounds per day plus WAS pounds per day. If you notice, this is three separate pounds formulas, and we're going to break them down and pull them out individually. So on the top, you have solids inventory in pounds. The solids inventory in pounds formula is aeration tank capacity million gallons times MLSS milligrams per liter times the standard of 8.34 pounds per gallon. On bottom, you have the effluent solid pounds per day formula. So your effluent solids pounds per day is your plant flow million gallons a day times your effluent TSS milligrams per liter times a standard of 8.34 pounds. You're going to add that to the WAS pounds per day formula. WAS pounds per day formula is equal to the waste sludge flow million gallons a day times the waste concentration milligrams per liter times the standard of 8.34 pounds per gallon. So that's it. Your MCRT broken down is three separate pounds formulas. This goes to show how the basics, the pounds formula / Davidson pie charts, very important. If you can get that down, starting to answer questions like this gets a little bit easier. So here it is all put together. The mean cell residence time is equal to the aeration tank capacity million gallons times the MLSS milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon divided by the plant flow million gallons a day times the effluent TSS milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon plus the waste sludge flow million gallons a day times the waste concentration in milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. Now, looking at this, you're going to need 6 different variables to solve the MCRT math question. And the biggest, most important part is putting those variables in the right place. Like I said, that 8.34 pounds per gallon is standard for all three of these pounds formulas. It's just knowing where to put your 6 variables in the proper spots to solve your math problems. When you break it down, like I said, it's just 3 separate pounds formulas, and knowing where to put the information is going to get you the correct answer. All right, so let's get into some of the math. Given the following data, calculate the mean cell residence time for this activated sludge system. You have an aeration tank plus secondary clarifier volume of 0.465 million gallons. You have mixed liquor suspended solids and MLSS of 3,720 milligrams per liter. Your suspended solids wasted is 1,820 pounds per day, and your secondary effluent SS is equal to 385 pounds per day. The formula for mean cell residence time is the solids inventory in pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day plus the WAS pounds per day. They have already given us the effluent solids, the secondary effluent of 385 pounds per day, and they've given us the wasted suspended solids of 1,820 pounds per day, but they did not give us the solids inventory, so we're going to have to solve for that. So we can go ahead and plug in our 385 pounds per day plus our 1,820 pounds per day into the formula, and we need to solve for solids inventory in pounds. Solids inventory in pounds is the aeration tank capacity, million gallons, times the MLSS, milligrams per liter, times the standard of 8.34 pounds per gallon. So we're going to plug in our 0.465 million gallons per day times 3,720 milligrams per liter. So you plug all that into your formula, and we're going to do our math. And we get a solids inventory of 14,426.5 pounds. So now you can plug that in for your solids inventory. So 14,426.5 pounds divided by 385 pounds per day plus 1,820 pounds per day. So you add those together and you get 2,205 pounds per day. So 14,426.5 pounds divided by 2,205 pounds per day, and your answer is 6.54 days. So that first one wasn't so bad. You only had to solve for the solids inventory, and they gave you the other variables, and you only had 4 for this math problem. And they're going to get more complicated as they go. But like I said, it's knowing where to plug the numbers in. You got 6 variables you're going to need for the most complicated version of this. And knowing where to put them in is what makes this not too bad. Given the following data, calculate the mean cell residence time for this activated sludge system. You have the aeration tank volume of 0.62 million gallons, secondary clarifier volume of 0.15 million gallons, the mixed liquor suspended solids MLSS of 3,430 milligrams per liter. You have suspended solids, the SS wasted, at 2,180 pounds per day, and a secondary effluent SS of 320 pounds per day. The formula for mean cell residence time again is solids inventory pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day plus the WAS pounds per day. And again, they have given us the effluent solid pounds per day as the secondary effluent, and they have given us our WAS, our wasted suspended solids, of 2,180 pounds per day. So we're going to go ahead and plug in that 320 pounds per day plus the 2,180 pounds per day into our formula. So we need to solve for the solids inventory in pounds. The formula for solid inventory in pounds is equal to the aeration tank capacity, million gallons, plus the MLSS, milligrams per liter, times 8.34 pounds per gallon. So they've given us our aeration tank volume of 0.62 million gallons. But don't get tripped up here. You're solving for this activated sludge system. So even though it's aeration tank capacity in the solids inventory pounds formula, the secondary clarifier volume is part of this activated sludge system. So we're going to have to add that 0.62 million gallons to that 0.15 million gallons to get the proper answer in our formula. So the solids inventory in pounds is equal to 0.62 million gallons plus 0.15 million gallons times 3,430 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. That gives you a solids inventory of 22,026.77 pounds. So we can go ahead and plug that into our formula where solids inventory goes. So 22,026.77 pounds divided by 320 pounds a day plus 2,180 pounds a day. You add those together and get 2,500 pounds per day. So the mean cell residence time is 22,026.77 pounds divided by 2,500 pounds per day. And your answer is 8.81 days. Given the following data, calculate the MCRT. All right, so this one, we've got all 6 variables. You got your plant flow of 14.6 million gallons a day, your aerator capacity of 7 million gallons a day, your MLSS of 2,200 milligrams per liter, your WAS flow of 305,000 gallons per day, your RAS concentration of 6,500 milligrams per liter, and your effluent TSS of 15 milligrams per liter. So we're still using the mean cell residence time formula, which is equal to the solids inventory pounds divided by the effluent solid pounds per day plus the WAS pounds per day. They didn't give us any of the information. We're going to have to solve it for ourselves. So the easiest thing I find is break out these 3 pounds formulas into separate math problems so that you can figure out where to put all your numbers. So here we have our pounds formulas broken out of the equation. The solids inventory pounds, aeration tank capacity million gallons times the MLS S milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. Your effluent solids pounds per day, plant flow million gallons a day times your effluent TSS milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And then our WAS pounds per day is your waste sludge flow million gallons per day times the waste concentration milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. So having these formulas broken out individually should make it easier to take our 6 variables and plug them into each formula. All right, so the next step is to plug everything into the formulas. I'm going to attempt to use my highlighters. There are 6 variables and I don't have the greatest selection of colors, but here we go. So your aeration tank capacity, million gallons. So 7.0 million gallons a day, that is your aerator capacity. Next, you're looking for the MLSS, milligrams per liter. So the MLSS, you have 2,200 milligrams per liter. So we've got our numbers for our solids inventory. The effluent solid pounds per day. First, you're looking for your plant flow, million gallons a day. Our plant flow is 14.6 million gallons a day. Next, you are looking for your effluent TSS in milligrams per liter. Your effluent TSS in milligrams per liter is 15 milligrams per liter times your 8.34 pounds per gallon. So there's your effluent solids pounds per day formula. Next, you're looking for your WAS, waste sludge is the first item in million gallons per day. Oh, if you notice, our given item is in gallons per day and it needs to be million gallons per day. So you're going to have to convert that 305,000 gallons per day to million gallons a day. And then it's looking for your waste concentration. And our given thing is the RAS concentration of 6,500 milligrams per liter. So on the next slide, I'm just going to have these all plugged in right now, just showing you the color codes for where these 6 variables go. All right, so here are our numbers plugged in. Your solid inventory pounds is equal to the area capacity of 7 million gallons a day times the MLSS of 2,200 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. The effluent solids pounds per day is equal to the plant flow of 14.6 million gallons per day times the TSS of 15 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. And your WAS pounds per day formula is equal to the WAS flow of 0.305 million gallons per day times the RAS concentration of 6,500 milligrams per liter times 8.34 pounds per gallon. So your solids inventory pounds is 128,436. Your effluent solid pounds per day is equal to 1,826.46, and your WAS pounds per day is equal to 16,534.05. So now we can start plugging those into our mean cell residence time formula. So 128,436 divided by 1,826.46 plus 16,534.05. So you add the bottom ones together first. You get 18,360.51. So you're now going to divide that into your 128,436 pounds divided by 18,360.51 pounds per day. Your pounds are going to cancel out. And the answer is 6.99, most likely rounded to 7 days. All right, I'm going to stop on this one. I got a couple questions answered on there. Probably going to make a part two. I'm already at like 15 minutes, and I know these can drag on a little bit. So like, there's just a beginning intro, a part one. Uh, Hopefully that's helping. Like I said, it's not as complicated as it seems when you break it down into the different pounds formulas. Hopefully this helps you study. Thanks.